Big up to Mendem. Welcome back to Pitch Picks. First and foremost, I want to apologize to our listeners that we didn't have a show last week. I know it would have been fucking epic. Jackson Michael would have absolutely buried Maresh. But we can't go back in time. But we could stay in the present, right, Chief?
I love the present.
I think the present's a good place to be right now, considering that you boys went into Old Trafford, first time in 30 years, and spanked up those boys. I mean, they bullied you.
No, not the first time in 30 years.
What, did you watch a game,
or
was your brain still in Turkey? Because
no.
bullying wasn't the right word.
Bruno snuck in a goal late to make it respectable. They dominated you. Forrest dominated you the way Forrest plays football. That was a masterclass of Forrest.
I would love to hear Chief's honest opinion if dominate is the word that you would use.
I think it is. I think it's the correct term.
What's that analogy? They don't ask how, they ask how.
Yeah, no. I'm in agreement. You won. That's all
that's big of you.
Yeah, no.
Brave.
Fair,
Yeah.
but he just showed that he did not watch the game.
I watched
it
the
was
game.
not domination.
In my eyes,
I would say that first half, that's the Premier League that I fell in love with. Back and forth. It was pretty open. It was too open for my liking. United had more of the ball, more chances. And then the second half, I do think we kind of locked you down.
Thank you.
I never thought that. I was pretty confident they were going to close that game out.
Yeah, it was the last 20 minutes, I would say, locked down, clamped, absolutely.
Yeah.
First part of that second half, until they took Bruno off, I think that we're very much in that game.
Yeah, I would say and then once we made our defensive subs.
And in that game, I mean, those second half goals shouldn't have gone in. The Gibbs White goal.
White one.
The Gibbs White goal.
Onana shambolic.
That's
absolutely shambolic.
If someone did that to me in FIFA, I would have broke my Xbox. That was like a glitch.
I don't know what that was.
The commentators for 20 minutes after the fact are trying to analyze the clip and find an excuse for him. There's no excuse. They're like, oh, it must have taken a deflection. No, he's just a moron.
It did knuckle a little bit, but not enough to.
It's straight down Broadway. There's no excuse. You're a goalkeeper. You're getting paid hundreds of thousands a week. You got to save that.
It was a terrible mistake, but I think there is an excuse. He clearly just tried to predict where he thought it was going to go.
Well, that's what Onana does. He moves before he looks every time.
Yeah.
Every time a mistake is made, it's because he moves before he looks. And it's just the inverse effect. When United play well, Onana does not play well. When United play like shit, he is the best player on that team, and he's saving us week in, week out.
You didn't like the Woody goal?
It was a great header. He put it in the right spot, but Lissandro was there. He should have kept it out of the net.
But everybody's been saying that. Oh, on the going back the other way.
Yeah,
I thought it was pretty well played.
There.
It had that loft.
The good goal was the Milankovic goal, exposing us on set pieces, which is now 3 in 2 games.
Yeah,
that was good.
You got some
bodied little boy.
Yeah,
and that was fair. That's all fair. But
I wouldn't say that we dominated, but getting 3 points on the road at Old Trafford is
big.
Domination.
And we hadn't been playing well.
Yeah,
we needed 3 points there, and they did what they had to do. So that's like what I said. They don't ask how; they ask how many. We got 3 goals and 3 points.
Exactly.
Are you starting to get nervous that your team's just not going to beat any of ours on this panel?
Are you 0 for the season against the panel?
Yeah.
So far.
Lost to Arsenal 2-0, 2 set-piece goals, lost to Forest at home. I don't think you guys have played City yet. You'll probably get thrashed.
Right? This coming weekend?
Yes, this weekend we play City
at the Empty
Hat. And then
you'll get thrashed there.
Yeah. Look, I like our team.
I
like our team. I like the fact that we're able to. It was too open, but it was fun. It was fun in that first half, back and forth. And then it's not like I do feel like Pep kind of ruined the Premier League, where now everything is we're playing out from the back, everything's possession, everything's kind of slow, boring, possession for possession's sake. That game was wildly entertaining.
Very.
I think both temes had the crossbar.
Yeah.
I know.
Bruno free kick, that was crazy. It was a good hand on it by Sells, but
yeah. And then Jota hit the crossbar as well.
Yes, Timu Grealish.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's insane how
uncanny.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah. And so I liked what the adjustments made at halftime by Forest, and then they got that early goal. Thank you, Onana. Then they got another, and then they basically kind of locked it down. Where they brought in Murata, brought in Dominguez, had Elanga on to kind of press and be maybe a counter-attacking threat, which didn't really materialize, but I like the idea. Mm-hmm. And they did what they had to do. And this team, I feel like every time people start to be like, oh, here's Forest again. They're in bottom half of the table. They've had a few, because they lost, 2 out of 3. And then, midweek against Man City, disappointing, right back at it. They get the win they had to have. So I was thrilled. I love shitting on Manchester United. It's one of my favorite things in the world. But they are the Yankees. They are that brand and that stadium. Like, it has ghosts. When you can go into Old Trafford and get 3 points, it is cause for celebration.
And Forest might be that team. They go into Anfield, win, Old Trafford, win.
Yeah.
They didn't win at the Emirates, but
beating Liverpool this season versus beating United this season.
Yeah, Anfield's
completely different things.
Yeah.
I know, but still,
but doing the double
crazy road wins
for Nottingham Forest have been out of the Premier League for 23 years, and then fighting relegation their first 2 years to do the double at Old Trafford and Anfield.
It's nuts.
It's fucking insane. No. It's insane. So I love watching this team. All my teams suck. They're the only thing that brings me joy is Nottingham Forest, and starting that weekend off with 3 points, it was perfect. So I was thrilled, and now we're on to Aston Villa back at City Ground. Like, this has been a tough stretch, and if I'm being totally honest with you guys, they're in 5th right now. It's going to be hard for them to finish in a European place. But Forest finishing with 50-55 points is very doable, and that is a tremendous season.
You're already halfway there.
Yeah, exactly. So
why are you lowballing them?
I don't think that's lowballing them, but it's
55. What do you have right now? Like 26?
We had like 28 last year. So like to have that big of a jump would be incredible. I do think they should be aiming higher, and they can aim higher, and I hope they add to strengthen the team in January. I would love another striker. I would love another winger. Maybe another, like...
You guys have 25 points right now.
Yeah. So if they got 55, the rest of... Yeah, we have, I agree.
Knock on wood, no injuries.
Right, no injuries, and they're getting guys back. Like, Danilo's training now. Sangare will be coming back the second half of the year. We'll see if... We did this song and dance with him last year, and he contributed nothing, but that would be another guy who can help lock things down late. And the team is good. Like, it is a definite top half Premier League team who, if you're playing them, you should be worried. And that's a great position to be.
Is there any silver lining for United right now, Maresh?
Yeah, plenty. I mean, we're finding the dead wood consistently. Like, I think the thing that Amarim's got to do is just absolutely pick his 11 from here on out, like what Maresca did at Chelsea. Pick your 11, tell everybody else you don't have a place here, and clear out the dead wood. That's what he's done. You, what do you have? That Ben Chilwell is still without a job because of Maresca. Mm-hmm. And you saw him do that, and I think that's what Ruben's got to do here now is find the players he can build and play his system with. Say, this is what I'm going to do, and the rest of you get the fuck out.
How many guys are locked into a position like that right now?
I think Kobe Mainoo.
Yeah.
I think De Ligt.
Okay.
I think we've seen in 2 appearances, Yoro looks good. He came on at Arsenal and did a great shift. What's his name? Trossard couldn't get around him. Mm-hmm. There's 2 instances there where he used his lanky-ass fucking legs. Got the ball away from him. De Ligt, Yoro, I think those 2. I think that Mezraoui.
Yep.
And Bruno probably are the safe ones.
Okay, so we got 5.
Bruno's been on a heater.
Yeah, I think Rasmus
I think he looks good.
Can stay. I think Xerxes still inconsistent. Rashford and Shaw are the 2 players that Mourinho wanted gone, who have stayed around. I'm now hearing that Garnacho's little brother is leaking our lineups.
Oh, you guys are
for like 25 pounds.
Is he
apparently
like 8?
No, he's in the academy, I believe.
It's always shocking how young Garnacho is.
Yeah.
How old is
And
he? Like
he's another one where I think he's due for a loan. He's 20 now, I think, maybe
20.
19.
You think Garnacho's due for a loan?
I think he needs to go get consistent minutes somewhere, and we need to find out what he is, because for years he's just Ronaldo regen. He's not. He's not. He needs to go figure it out. Go play in Spain. Go play in France.
That's an interesting thought because he's, to me, right on the border.
Like, if he goes to France, right, and does what Balogun did for Arsenal, go have like a stud season there. Either we then find out that he's not going to translate to the Premier League through that, and we get a big bag, or we can bring him back and he's going to be valuable in the team. But either way, we need to go do something with him. so we can either get that return for the club financially or on the field.
Will that happen in January?
I don't know if he'll go on loan because we're thin. If we ship out Anthony, which I'm hearing is probable in January, I don't know what we're gonna get, like a packet of crisps, but him and Eriksson are probably out. If we can get money from him in January, Casemiro, but it's just clearing out the wood, and I think Amarim's got to do it. But I think Sir Jim is starting to grow impatient. But it's great to have an owner who's finally calling it how it is. Yeah. He's out there saying we're a mediocre club.
What do you make of the shakeup in the front office there?
From what I've heard, because
that made
the rumors are that Ten Hag stayed as long as he did because of that idiot.
Okay.
He was the one saying we got to keep him, got to back him. That FA Cup win, while it was a great day, set us back a long time.
Very true.
I mean, I think my opinion on it is that I didn't get a chance to jump in earlier. Lissandro, I don't know how he doesn't keep that out.
No, he absolutely should have. The first one, like he got bodied by a monster Serb. Yeah. That one I hold nothing against. The Chris Wood.
The Chris Wood one, it's just to me, it's like that's just such a brain fart. He's just like
they're all ball watching.
Yeah, just watching it. But for you guys, like, I think the biggest thing for United right now is just you just got to deal with the fans and their impatience. Like, I think that Amarim, like that first goal, like that, like the way that the ball moves around the midfield looks good. Like you have pieces like
there's a style of play for the first time in a long time.
Right,
at United. That's what's been missing.
There's like these pieces, like that Ahmad kid is great.
Sorry, I forgot to mention him before. Ahmad is a star.
He's great, and so like I think it's foul how people like Onana has one brain fart. He's been insane all year.
He's league leader in clean sheets, if not second now.
And and then the fans are like, this fucking bum. It's like you and Arsenal have this like trait of just being absolute panic magicians. Like you just lose your fucking mind no matter what. Like you're in a rebuild. You got a good coach. This season basically is just like let's build for the
wash.
Future. It's a wash.
Yeah, no, it is a wash. It's just the impatience comes from years of success. It's like a tough thing to deal with, right? When you've been at the top for so long, now you're watching your club, the worst start in the history of the club, and they had a team that fully passed away from a plane crash, and they had to rebuild the next season. Still didn't do as bad as this.
Yep.
And we've carried over players from last season. Like it's mind-blowing.
I appreciate this level of honesty and like introspection about the club. A week ago, you were like, "We're only 3 back. We're pushing for Europe. We're doing this."
But that's the reality of the table. Like the Premier League this season is wide open.
It really
awesome.
is. It's a great league.
Like last year, Chelsea went on that run, and the best they could do was finish like 6th, and then United knocked them out into the Conference League with the FA Cup win. Why can't we do the same thing if our manager is able to, figure it out and we start molding towards the middle of the season? It's not far-fetched that we could still finish like 6th or 7th.
Yeah.
I don't think 5 is right there. But you never know. A run of good form can do anything in this table right now.
It doesn't. It just doesn't jive though. Like when you're saying like it's building, it's this. Is you got to clear out the debt.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, we might go on a crazy run.
I don't. Like to be completely honest, 7th sounds great to me. I want us to lose this FA Cup.
I feel like 13th sounds great for you. You guys have been there for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's fine, but points are there. I want us to lose to Arsenal in the FA Cup. I want us to lose in the Carabao Cup. Move us down to 2 games a week, and then just focus on doing the right thing. Stick and bad. No, we can't. We don't have the squad depth to compete in 4 games.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, there's no fire for you anymore. Like, you've accepted defeat, and I respect that. It's not a bad place to be. No, Isn't there like 5 steps to grievance or some bullshit?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and you're just at acceptance now.
Yeah,
you were like fighting with us, going back and forth.
Yeah, it is what it is.
All right, it is what it is. Like, we're shit.
Yeah, we are shit, and we're gonna figure it out, and the optimism is there. But it's just like right now, what are we gonna do? What am I going to do as a fan? I can't fucking change shit.
Yeah.
No, you can't. But you're not the only one that's shit, brother. Because Arsenal is shit. This team is fucking pathetic. You have Man City drop points to Crystal Palace. Liverpool game gets postponed. If you beat Fulham, you're like, I know Liverpool will have a game in pocket, but psychologically, you're only 4 points off the lead, and you go out there and you put up a stinker like that. That first half was pathetic. I don't know why Martinelli was offside. He should have been on. It should have been 2-1. But it's fucking bullshit. And I know I'm new to the game. I know Arsenal is infamous for bottling shit, but I feel like I'm watching the fucking Miami Dolphins. Anytime this team has a must-win game or they need to show up, they don't fucking show up. And I was very, very disappointed in their performance. They should have went out there. They should have thrashed them. This team should be buzzing. And now, I have to be honest, like, I don't even think we're better than Chelsea. I think Chelsea is a better club than us. They're way more entertaining to watch. Set piece FC is great when your team is winning, but then when you literally can't fucking score in any other facet, it is fucking infuriating. And I don't have the answers. But I'm being genuine. I do not think this team can win the league. And I know I was twerking the other day saying we're back, but it just goes to show again, like, must-win game. They don't show up. There's no creativity outside of the set pieces. And I wish I had Jackson Michael here to call me an idiot, but I just don't see it.
No. He wouldn't be calling you.
You're on it.
I think
A+.
you finally come down to earth too. I think we've all, Thanksgiving break was great. We all came back down to earth from where we were.
I genuinely do believe Chelsea is a much better team than Arsenal.
I think they're good at staying humble.
But also, like, no one respects them, and they need to respect them. I think Chelsea needs to be respected because we all brush them off. Oh, they're Chelsea, whatever. That club is fucking good, and they are very entertaining to watch. That Tottenham-Chelsea game was awesome.
Yeah.
And Arsenal hasn't had a great game like that probably since that Man City game, and we parked the bus for 47 minutes.
No. Sporting, you pumped. Who was the other team you put 5 behind?
Yeah, sure. I'm talking about, like, in the Prem. Like, against a quality side, a good team.
No, you pump someone like after Sporting.
Wolves ain't quality.
It doesn't matter. You pumped someone.
They beat us.
Yeah,
they beat us, but we were missing our 3 best players.
But even still, I'm very disappointed.
No,
you guys against us.
You look at the Liverpool game at home, should have won that. You look at the City game, you can't close out, and it's like these are the big matches where at the end of the year you look back and you're like points, and then just psychologically, remember Liverpool was up 9 and like there's no way you're gonna close that gap. You win that fucking game, you're 4 points off, and it's Everton-Liverpool. Anything could happen in that fucking game. Even when they run it back, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what kind of form Liverpool's going to be in. I think just psychologically as a team, you're like, oh, we're only 4 points off. And now everything happened like that, and you still don't show up and get 3 points, it's a problem.
And that's the thing, because you had the momentum, and when you beat us, and that was really Odegaard's like first full game back, and he looked spectacular.
Magnificent.
He kind of unlocked Saka, so Saka had the great goal, and it was like, all right, like, they're scoring from open play for once.
Right.
And it felt like maybe they're going to like go on a run here, and then have the Fulham game, and it's right back to the.
Exactly.
No, it wasn't just the Fulham game, it was the United game too.
Yeah.
They regressed back. And my question is, 6 years into this project, over £700 million spent on his squad. In year 6, he can't score from open play. The regression. At what point do you start asking questions? I understand.
I'm asking questions right now.
I would much rather my club be in the situation you are. And that's not what I'm trying to say. But for where you are, the money you've spent, the amount of faith you put in the guy, like now you're reliant on set pieces to score. That's not a good sign.
That's not even him. That's Nicholas.
Exactly. That's not a good sign. Like, the magic in the midfield isn't quite there when you need it to be.
It's not.
And 2 seasons ago, you were a much better team to watch.
Yeah.
I wish I was around for that. That's how new I am. I love the game, but here's my thing, and this is no shade towards Odegaard because he's my favorite player in the Prem, but I do think it's going to be a problem if you want to win the league if he is the most important player on your team. Is that crazy to say?
Nah, he's your engine. That's fine. He's in the middle of the park.
Okay.
That's okay.
That's okay.
All right, that's fine. Because I love him, and I wasn't throwing shade, but would you even put him top 5, top 10 in the Prem?
Yes.
Yeah. But
top 10 for sure.
Top 5 probably for how important to your team he is.
Maybe I'm just spiraling a little bit. Odegaard, I love you. I have no problem with that. But I just saw this one clip. It's like, who's more important, Odegaard or Saka? And the clear-cut answer is Odegaard.
Yeah, I agree. And I do feel like the missing piece is something we've talked about a million times. They don't have that big traditional number 9.
Yeah.
And it shows because they don't have guys that find that space. They don't have guys that bully to get up on headers. Like they do it from set pieces, but like when they do that whole thing where they're just whipping balls in, it's just like they get bullied.
Well, you know why the set piece works? Because you have the killer in Gabriel, and now
Right,
that he's out, you have the killer in Saliba or even Partey. I mean,
you have your big boys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have the killers in that situation.
Yeah.
The open field play from Arsenal is non-existent.
Yeah.
And it's infuriating to watch. Like it's genuinely not entertaining to watch this team.
Right. And we all thought that Odegaard was going to fix that, and he did.
And he did for a little bit.
For like one game.
Couple.
Yeah, the Forest game.
Forest, Sporting.
There's another one in there.
There was another one.
Yeah.
But he's been magnificent. Arsenal as a team, I don't have the answers, and I wish I knew enough ball to ask the right questions.
I got an answer for you. Arteta out.
I don't think he'll get sacked. But
no, I don't think so either.
But you have to ask the question, because ahead of him in the table is Maresca not even a full year into a project, and Arne Slot not even a full year into his project.
Right.
And they are.
To be fair, though, Arne Slot inherited a fucking gold mine, but
then why didn't Klopp win? Why wasn't Klopp doing this last year?
Yeah.
Well, because City wasn't this dog
They
shit.
added Federico Chiesa, who hasn't even put on a Liverpool shirt, and to my knowledge,
They're more balanced. He upgraded the team or refreshed it, I would say.
he added a couple new visions and made a couple tactical moves.
And he reinvented Gravenberch, which Klopp wasn't able to do.
Yeah.
But my two big takeaways, number one, I want to give credit to Fulham because they're a good team.
They're quality side. No disrespect to them.
Oh, absolutely.
And they played. I was kind of fascinated with like how they were defending. I mean, they were defending doggedly, and Iwobi was playing this super interesting role where he was basically a right winger and a right back, and he was running all over the place. And Jimenez was running so hard, and they got a chance and they fucking buried it.
You want to talk about Pep changing the league? That goal, 21 passes built up from the back, and then a perfectly executed shot that I don't know if he could do like 9 times out of 10.
Right.
No, I mean, that was a crazy shot.
So they got Anthony Robinson, who was
USA.
He was dealing with Saka, and Saka got his licks in, but Anthony,
he's a dog.
he was
he
they
didn't
just
look
ran-
overmatched.
Him and
like,
Tete.
yeah.
Tete,
Yeah.
Tete's flowers too. Tete was pretty amazing.
They ran hard, and so they played really well. And then the second thing I noticed was kind of interesting to me was that it felt like I was watching. I felt for you because it was like I was watching City. Not necessarily this year, but just sort of in general, because Arteta does come from the Pep school of thought. Clearly, they're both hyper fixated on control. You had plenty of control in that game, but it just sucks when you have that control and you just cannot figure out that Rubik's Cube.
Can't do anything with it.
It's the worst feeling. And so that was kind of interesting because I agree with what Maresh is saying when Arteta put all of his eggs in the size and control basket. You have a great defense, and you control the game very well.
Defense hasn't even been that great, though.
In general, I'm saying.
Correct.
And so, but clearly he has not put enough, attribute points in his skill tree if you're building a character in a video game.
Yeah.
The skill tree is not balanced enough because in the front end, it's just not good enough. And so what they have to do, similar to what City used to have to do when you don't have a traditional number 9, like Havertz is moving all the way over to the wing.
Yeah.
And Odegaard is moving all the way over to the wing, similar to what KDB does with Pep. So you're moving around trying to like continuously manipulate this thing and get overloads. So it was very reminiscent of City. And yeah, Arteta, I think, has to sort of surrender a little bit of that control in the name of like trying to get a little bit more dynamic play, because he's doing all these sort of things where he's moving guys way out of position because he's like, okay, we can do this, but we're not going to lose any level of control of the game.
Right.
But he's got to be willing to let go of,
Take some risks.
Embrace a little bit of chaos. That was my biggest.
Take the
takeaway.
training wheels off.
Yeah.
See how fast you could bike a 2-wheeler.
And you're not going to win a Premier League with Kai Havertz as your firing man.
I agree.
You're not.
Yeah.
Right, and it's almost like I almost feel bad for Kai Havertz because
He's a quality player.
he's a good player.
Yeah.
It's just that he's being tasked with doing a job that he's not.
And then even the subs that come on, they don't give you the spark. Like last year, Trossard was a spark.
Mm-hmm.
That spark is gone. Like Jesus comes on, he's a dud. Sterling comes on, dud. Like there's no one you could turn to the bench and be like, yo, go get us one.
Yeah.
You need
like
some,
you had last year with Trossard.
You need some pace, dude.
Yeah, we need a quality left winger that could finish and a number 9.
Yeah.
You guys finished that game with like 1.15 expected goals or something like that, and 0.3 of that was from open play.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You are getting a giant boost in expected goals whenever you get a corner,
Yeah.
which is nuts. But like having that little from open play, like in the first half, 1 shot on target. You turned it around, you ended up with 4. But like that just goes back. Like remember earlier in this show, like in the season, like I was like, how many shots on target in like 3 weeks? Like 2.
Right.
Like, that can't be the side that's going to challenge Liverpool or anybody to win a league.
And I made the comparison on TikTok. I said, we're kind of like the Philadelphia Eagles with the tush push. Like, you know it's coming. You can't stop it. When we get the corner, you know it's coming. You can't stop it. But when it's 3rd and 12 and Jalen Hurts has to make a crazy throw and he can't make it, like, that's the problem with the Eagles. Same thing with Arsenal. Once it's open play, they can't make anything happen. And I don't have the answers.
Yeah, when it comes down to it, the good teams are going to make adjustments against you, and they're not going to give you as many corners and set pieces. You're going to see guys making crazy slides to kick the ball 30 yards left or clear it up the field. Like, they're not going to give you the corners. So it's interesting to see what happens with it.
Let me ask you guys this. That Chelsea-Tottenham game, was that more Spursy being Spursy, or is that Chelsea being the better side? Because if you watch that game, I mean, Tottenham missed so many chances. They should have definitely won that game, in my opinion, and they just shit down their leg, and then Cole Palmer did what Cole Palmer does.
I think it was much more Spurs being Spursy.
Yeah.
Because those 2 penalties were just
terrible.
absolute bonehead penalties. Like, clear penalties in situations that didn't really call for it.
I don't know how they had much. Like they scored on 2 Kukurea accidents. He slipped.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Like those both of those.
I fucking love Kukurea. I
know, but then he came back and once he changed his boots, he actually played a solid game.
Yeah.
He is like a Broadway play in sport. Like like what he went through is like what any athlete goes through when you have those terrible dreams. When you have a dream where you have a game and you can't find your hockey skates, you can't find there's no laces, and you just have that continuously. The same thing with school where you show up no pants on. He lives that in real life. Like,
it's crazy.
He's switching his cleats mid-game.
It's like you would think during warm-ups, you're like, yeah, these cleats might not work today.
I can't tell you how much I need him. I love him. He is, every time I watch him play, he makes me laugh. He makes me wince. He impresses me. He is the entire package.
An interesting duck.
He's the entire package.
Yeah, I mean, but outside of those, like I didn't see that much from Spurs. Outside of those, they didn't score again until the 96th minute.
I don't know.
Son had a great look.
Multiple looks.
Yeah.
And it's also like they we're criticizing Arsenal for not going for it. It's like you kind of need to get the 2 coaches together, like Ange and Arteta, be like, if you guys find a middle ground,
right?
You could combine your brains, both of your teams would be better off.
I agree.
Yeah, and I mean, credit to, having said all that, Chelsea showed like a lot of
grit
and like a lot of like can do, and you could tell that they really wanted to be there, and it looked like they were having fun. Like fucking Enzo all of a sudden.
Enzo scoring, Sancho scoring.
They're popping goals. That Sancho goal was vintage Sancho.
Sick.
That was
posting in, like just cutting in, inverting it. That was ill. And then, Cole Palmer, like
ice cold.
The play that led up to the Enzo goal was like complete
nasty.
Schoolyard shit. Like he was just like running around the side. He's like, oh shit, I might go this way. I don't know.
He got lucky with the pass.
What am I gonna?
Still,
he was like freestyling. It was like B Rabbit. He was like, oh, I might go that way. I don't even know where I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one interesting thing that I was surprised I didn't see online when he did the Panenka. Forster low key could have got up and caught that.
I mean, he was juked out of his boot.
But as soon as he moved.
The picture is...
As soon as he moved, if you watch it, as soon as he moved, that ball did not go as fast as I thought it was going to go. If he hadn't given up the instant that he moved, I think there's a chance. I'm not saying he could have got it.
I think it's easier to say that while watching it through a screen than
Agreed.
person.
It was just something that struck my mind. And
yeah.
Maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe I'm fucking stupid. I'll just shut the fuck up. But no, that was just, I think there was a chance.
And people get on Palmer for being a PK merchant. he is the greatest ever now.
He has nasty.
He's 13 for 13 in his Premier League career.
That's insane.
That's stunning.
No. That was crazy. But then you get after the game, you got Jamie Carragher spouting off saying that he's the best player in the Premier League this season. Liverpool fans are irate.
Yeah.
Salah's definitely better than him. I don't
The
think
disrespect. The
right.
guy's in a contract negotiation with your fucking club, and you as a legend are going to turn around and say this fucking wank is the best player in the league?
I don't know, dude. I actually think that he's more dangerous than
Palmer. It's something
Wait,
about.
you're about to say Palmer's more dangerous than Salah?
I think there's a discussion to be made there.
And this is probably stupid as well. There's something about a guy who does it in the middle of the park too.
Right, that's what I mean. Like Salah is absolutely incredible at what he does, but Cole Palmer can score and create in so many ways.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like what Salah does off the ball, stretching defenses, allowing for Liverpool to be so lethal on that counter.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
There's a discussion, dude.
Like if he doesn't end up back at Liverpool this next season, I think you will see how impactful he is to that club.
I agree, and they got to get that done. So
I'm hearing it's done.
That was the thing. It was before the year. It was Trent, Van Dijk, and
their core three.
They're all out of contract, and now the report after the over the weekend was they're all back. Like they're all going to be signing deals. They're all going to be here. So which they should. Like they are the core three. However much Salah has left, I don't know. He might be like on a LeBron track where the guy can just be. We're going to be when he's 36. Be like, well, he's still just awesome,
shredded.
Yeah.
I hate how much I like Cole Palmer.
Yeah,
like it annoys me. Like I don't hate him
because he's
imagine having him and then just being like, go be free.
I mean, sometimes you got to let the bird out the cage to fly, though.
I wish I had that bird in a fucking kennel right now.
But like it was, but it was tough because you had the De Bruyne. So it's like, what do you?
Yeah, well, guess who's aging?
Now, yeah,
I know.
I literally had the thought the other day. I was like, man, who would be a great KDB successor? Oh man, Palmer would be nice. And I was like, oh God, we did have what? He was on the team.
Pep's losing his fastball.
But yeah, Chelsea.
Big ups to them. Like being down 2-0 on the road, and I know Spursy is Spursy, but very impressive. I think that's a statement win for them.
Also, Tottenham Hotspur fans, you are a bag of trash. Do you see all the fucking shit they're throwing?
Dude, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely disgraceful.
I didn't know they call it a London snowball.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That rocks.
That actually makes it a little bit less offensive because it's a funny name.
Get a grip.
I'm in on it now. If
It
it's
was
a London
fucked up.
snowball, I'm kind of
Was that because of Caicedo's challenge?
No, they just anytime Chelsea had a corner, they're just pelting them with
Because
trash.
Caicedo, low-key should have red. Right in the tibia.
I guess if Rico Lewis got one, he should get one too, right? But
I
We'll
thought
get there.
that was.
We'll
yeah,
get
do
there.
you want to get there?
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Get there now.
You can do your intro. Do your thing.
I wasn't gonna do an intro.
Okay, Man City, Crystal Palace. We drew.
My only intro was gonna be Rudy.
Yeah.
Like, that
Rudy explained it.
Yeah, like what is going on, Rudy?
Okay, so first of all, when I saw the team sheet, my heart sank.
Mhm.
My heart sank because I was so excited because something I've wanted for a long time happened
What was that?
last week. Jack Grealish playing as a midfielder.
Mm.
He was so fucking good as a midfielder. It like solved so many issues for us. And that was the Forest game.
Mm-hmm.
The control, the drawing the fouls, like all of it, just retaining the ball, progressive passes. I was so excited. I was like, thank you, God. Like, we needed an athlete in the middle of the park, and he was doing that. And when he wasn't playing, I was like, what are we doing? Like, why? And then I found out after the game that he's had some issues, so he couldn't start, or else he probably would.
Issues like off field?
No. He had
Health?
like a knock or something.
Okay.
And then I was like, fucking Nunez is playing. Like, God love him, but like I was like, this is fucked. And then he shoves it right up my hoop and just has a perfect cross right to Erling Haaland. That was nice.
Savinho played a good game too.
Yes.
I mean, he got a little unlucky, but
Right. My thing about Savinho, I've been saying like, it's coming. I realized that in this game that I think we brought him on 1 year too early.
Mm.
He's just sort of missing that. It looks like he has 90% of it. He can get the looks, but he just hasn't had enough experience to like have the confidence to just put the ball in the back of the net, like fuck you, I'm going to score type thing.
Yeah.
Like his favorite player is Riyad Mahrez, and he plays so similar to him. And the only difference is that Riyad Mahrez puts the ball, like throttles.
He was a dog.
He could put him in ways that you didn't expect. He was a sniper. He was the brown Chris Kyle.
Shout out Chris Kyle, USA.
Whose favorite player is Riyad Mahrez?
Savinho.
Who the fuck grows up idolizing Riyad Mahrez?
Savinho.
A man of taste.
A Brazilian? I don't believe that for a second.
A man of taste.
Way.
Oh, okay.
No way. Dude knows exactly
What number?
to say.
What number? What
he
number
knows exactly
is
what to say.
Savinho? What number is Savinho?
I couldn't give a
2'6".
fuck. Cool. He also said he grew up watching City as a kid.
Why
I don't think he could have watched City as a kid. I don't think they were on TV when he was a kid.
Oh, here he is.
Is he just a pathological liar?
No, he's just doing the thing.
You know how you said the team sheet came out and your heart dropped?
Yeah.
I turned the TV on and saw your uniforms. I said, "This game's done. You're not getting. You're
First
not."
of all,
winning."
those are fire. Stop.
Those things are hideous.
Which ones do they wear? The yellow blue ones?
Yeah.
The ugliest jersey I have ever seen in my life.
The
I thought the Premier League was like running a bit on like an ugly Christmas sweater jersey day.
Remember yours last year?
That one
Yeah.
never lost.
I don't know which one's worse.
That is
No. I'm not. I'm not bringing these because those are kind of fire. You're the ones you wore, or the fucking Noel Gallagher bullshit ones that you have? Those like rainbowy ones. Like they're both hideous.
They're not. They're just not.
I've not
You don't know,
seen.
you guys-
I've not seen either of one in the wild. I've seen plenty of those in the wild.
That's a fair point.
Those jerseys, I'd love to see.
He's
the
gonna
numbers.
he's
They're
gonna go
probably
buy
the
one
lowest.
now.
Yeah, he's gonna have to go buy one. The wild is not here. This is not the wild to me. I
Yeah.
need to see it like
No.
walking down Fifth Ave or something.
I'm behind enemy lines. I was in fucking Turkey getting ready for a hair transplant. We're watching.
Nuts, by the way. Listen to this. They're crazy.
Swear to God, Owen Wilson behind enemy lines. I'm
Yes.
the only person cheering for City.
Welcome to
You're at a Liverpool
welcome
bar,
to the
right?
world.
Yeah. And everyone like we have a fan base, but everyone like is like fuck City, fuck you guys. It's like, dude, like I'm out here getting shelled everywhere I go. Like I get shelled.
The video I took of Rudy, like when he starts to realize they're losing this game, and like he grabs his jacket slowly and puts it back on. One of my favorite videos ever.
I couldn't even have fun.
And it didn't help that you were wearing red.
Yeah, I did. I didn't realize I was wearing a red sweater, so I had to take that off. I was chilly, but I couldn't wear red. But back to the game. The system that I don't even blame Pep because of the personnel we have. We had to run the system, but this is the exact system that has gotten us absolutely run over. With the 3-1-3-3 type deal, where Kyle Walker and Rico Lewis, we're just asking too much of them. It's just so frail. And credit to Palace.
You love this, Maresh, don't you?
Oh, I just love
just-
that. I love the head. I love the head loss. Like you've got this guy touted as the best manager of all time, losing himself weekly. It is insane.
But I don't know. Like I say all that, but I don't know. Like I still think he put out the team. Like this is sort of a good like. It's good players, but what he could work with in this one, like I just don't. This is what you got to put out there.
This will define to me if Pep is the greatest of all time. If he can rebuild this squad in the 2 years he's got, that's what he's got to do. He's got to blow it up and start over. He's never done that.
Who would have thought we'd be talking about Manchester City blowing it up? This is
He has
great.
to. He has to, right?
Rocks.
There's got to be changes, and I
Like
feel
you've got some of the
utterly-
pieces there, but
you know
when
what?
the one's not it.
Can't wait.
You're so full of shit. I know you're
wait.
broken inside.
No,
I
I'm not
know
broken
you're
ins-
broken.
I'm not
inside.
broken inside.
Yes, you are.
No,
Dude,
he's
going
a
into Crystal
believer.
Palace and getting a draw with what we got going on.
Brother, we're talking about Crystal Palace. Not from last year. Like they suck.
But
Manchester City throttles them. Like the real city.
yeah, and we're not that. So I'll take the draw. And
That makes me
Like, do you hear that?
sad,
We'll take the
dude.
draw
You
against
sound
Crystal
like
Palace.
me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And we've been shit forever. So, you know,
I'm with you, Marash.
guys.
you are.
Not, you know what? I was talking to myself, being like, this has been a great year. Champions League's probably that's a pipe dream. Listen to this guy.
Sound like a
Who's
loser.
they're one spot. They're 2 points ahead of us. Being like, we'll take a draw at Crystal Palace. That now I got blood in the water.
Right.
Like now it's like fucking let's go. If City is like taking a shit, like this is the time for one of these kind of newer clubs to really kind of cement themselves in the top 4. Why not us? If it's not you guys and you're saying you're fine with a draw against Crystal Palace, I wouldn't be fine with a draw against Crystal Palace.
And I wonder what the locker room's thinking. You got Pep like cutting himself and shit. Like they're not used to losing. They could act like and flex their 6 all they want, but when you're not used to losing, you don't know how to handle that.
The flash in the 6 is like, that's a loser thing.
That's exactly.
Like, we're playing today.
That's Mourinho, Man United, head loss. He couldn't do shit with that team, and he's holding up the 3 fingers. I've won it 3 times when the reporters are asking him questions he doesn't like. This is the first time you've seen a guy like Pep in their life do this.
It's sad.
This right here.
If Fergie or Wenger ever did this,
all of this is fine.
it would have never.
Do you
done.
notice like we've been so accustomed to City losing recently that we barely bust Rudy's balls anymore in the group chat.
I mean,
Like, we just like let Rudy
That's because
type like I'm
City has 1 win in their last 5 games.
against you, unfortunately.
Yeah.
My brother in Christ, we are still in the conversation.
I don't think you
Okay.
are.
That's what I want to
The
hear.
only conversation you're in is the 115 charges that you have going on right now, which, by the
that
way,
too.
concluded.
Yeah, you guys. We're fighting so much.
oh
And
no!
now we're also-
Where's the
running
violin when you?
And also, we're running up
Alright,
against a
play that
Rico
shit.
case.
I'll play it. Go ahead, keep talking, rodent.
You got everything going for you, and you still fuck it up.
I don't think we have.
We're
fun.
fighting so much. Yeah, it hurts when you're at the top.
and you're.
That's the pressure that comes with it.
Steel trap. I already said it.
It's not a
Steel
steel
Manager
trap.
doesn't have a
Steel
steel
trap
trap.
doesn't put fucking scratches on his face
That's
afterwards.
saying.
Apparently, there's a rumor. I saw some dude with a crazy theory. Wait till you hear this. Some dude had this crazy theory that Ederson just beat his ass.
No, well, have you seen the new video that came out
What?
of him walking down the street and some guy goes, "Don't have to be so mad that you lost" or something, and then he's just trying to fight him.
No.
And he's
Ederson?
no, Pep.
Try to fight the guy.
Yeah, his posse's holding him back.
Oh, he's cooked.
And then they
I fuck
matched
with
the images, and it's he was wearing he was wearing a suit, so that means it was a final. And it was in London, so it was after the FA Cup.
Yeah. So it started then.
It started then.
I fuck with it.
United
United
killed
United
head
started the head loss.
Eric Ten Hag killed Pep.
I fuck with it, dude. That's my manager. But like, back to the game. I mean, like, I have a lot of respect for Kyle Walker
Why?
because of his legacy. because of
His antics off the field.
Listen, dude, he's had a great career, but it's I don't know why he's like the guy that's like, all right, I'm the defensive dude. I need to cover these corners. He just doesn't jump and cover corners.
What happens in old
It's happened
age.
like 3 fucking times.
Bones become brittle.
It's crazy, but like that's not even. I can jump, and I'm getting fat.
Get food poisoning according to smokes.
That was crazy.
That's how I started looking better.
But
what did I say?
No, what we're doing.
Oh,
Yeah,
what I
he
said
goes,
to you?
yeah, he goes. You know what the funny thing is about you? It didn't even make sense. He was like,
It really didn't.
we
No.
were sitting at the desk, and he goes, Maresh, you know what the funny thing is about you? You get food poisoning, and now you look great. And me and Maresh were like, what the fuck was that?
I don't know why I let.
I was like, is that the most backhanded compliment
Yeah.
I've
You
ever
needed to
gotten?
lose 5 or 10 pounds.
Yeah, that's basically what he. That
Yeah.
was the long-winded.
Your face just looks less fat.
Thanks.
Yeah. Out for 24 hours.
Sometimes it's a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
Now, so Kyle Walker absolutely does his thing on the corners where he just doesn't just doesn't cover it, and it's a free goal. And we're climbing back, and then, you know,
Here we go.
I like Ortega a lot.
Hurting.
I like Ortega a lot, and I like the mind games of him putting Ortega in. But the fact of the matter is that on that Kyle Walker corner, if you put Ederson in that game, that corner doesn't happen. The ball comes back to Ortega. He's not as good with his feet. He kind of skies it. That there's a turnover. They get a shot. Corner. Kyle Walker does the Kyle Walker thing. If that ball comes back to Ederson, that just doesn't happen. That's a fact.
Rico Lewis red card.
Rico Lewis red card. I'm not even going to use that as an excuse because it's just that kind of shit happens. It's not another yellow. I can see why the referee, like on TV initially, I was like, oh shit, that's over, red. The replay, he gets rolled up on. Now he does go in on the challenge. The only issue I have with it is that you just can't review yellows all of a sudden. Even
I hate that rule.
you can review everything on earth, but you just can't review a second yellow or
VAR
yellow.
is trash.
VAR sucks.
Like,
Yeah.
why would that ever be a rule? Because it's the same punishment. A straight red you have to review, but you don't have to review what would be another red card.
All red
Right.
cards, whether they're double yellow or straight red, should be reviewed.
Agreed.
100%.
Right.
If you're going to implement review system.
Agreed.
Right. And it's whatever. It happens. Everyone gets their dick and balls ripped off by the refs at some point.
Not you guys.
Yeah, we just did.
I know. That's what.
Remember Tottenham last year?
You better tell Sheik to up them payments.
Yeah. Well, that was
Get
us.
another tournament over there.
Yeah,
Grease their
Jesus,
pockets a little bit.
Jesus, what's going on? Louis bags aren't arriving to the guys promptly. Because you guys leaked the video of David Coote, so they're penalizing you guys.
I wonder how he's doing, Dave.
He's officially sacked.
He's gone.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn,
this
that
is
sucks.
pathetic, actually,
Hopefully
all of
that's
you. You guys can keep doing your human centipede orgy of trying to get in here.
Brother,
We
everyone's...
don't even got to do anything. It's not fun anymore.
Yeah, you're dead.
You're
now they're
approaching my
gaslighting.
area.
Now they're gaslighting.
Like, you don't even care.
Oh, I care.
I don't think you do.
No,
There's
no,
no fire.
Hey, stop leaving
We're at
the
the
group chat.
we're in the lowest point we've ever been in this Pep era.
No,
And
it could get much lower this Saturday. If you lose to us this Saturday,
Is
Where-
it-
where is
no,
that game?
Empty
at the empty.
Okay.
It'll still be more red than blue, but
You think?
we put butts in seats.
Yeah, they're a gigantic club.
Wait.
that is on its last legs.
But in the Prem, you guys only get one section. Away fans only get like when the Bills come to Miami, they literally take half.
Yeah, but the city will pay like influencers and people to sit in certain seats. Like angry Ginge
Yeah,
won't be in the United section. He'll be in like a
You said
a
United
nice-
will pay.
no city.
Oh,
Yeah.
Welcome to the real world, bitch. That's everyone does that.
Opposing fans.
No, we're not going to pay Angry Ginge to come.
You've paid him multiple times to already go to the empty ad. Real Madrid.
Fellow streamer. I fuck with him.
Anyway, watching your team win is nice, but why not make that a win-win? My partners at DraftKings are all about that winning feeling right now. New customers who bet just $5 will get $150 in bonus bets if your bets win. Just download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and sign up using promo code PitchPicks. The crown is yours. Follow all of your favorite Barstool personalities' picks in the Barstool betting group on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use promo code PitchPicks and bet just $5 on any wager and get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. That's promo code PitchPicks only at the DraftKings Sportsbook. I do want to give a shout out to Brentford. I thought that win over Newcastle was awesome.
Yeah, I think when we skipped a week, but last time when you guys hopped off because you had your surgery, we did say Brentford play well at home.
Yeah.
And that's what they did.
Mm-hmm.
They're a great side. Their manager's great too.
Great hair.
Yes.
That's what you guys should be aspiring for.
There's only 2 clubs in the Premier League who have scored 30 goals or more. It's Chelsea and Brentford.
Damn.
Yeah.
How many have they conceded?
A lot. 28.
That's crazy.
Oh, and I'm sorry. Spurs have scored 31 as well.
Scoring 30 goals and having a goal differential of 2 is insane.
It's
That's
What's
nuts. Holy
what's
shit.
Chelsea's goal differential?
17.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is actually a crazy stat.
Yeah.
Villa won 1-0. I feel like all the other games are whatever. I don't really care.
I just
touch on them.
back to the Brentford Newcastle thing. I wasn't paying attention because I didn't realize Brentford was at home. I should have paid attention to that because they are much better there. But like, dude, I just like cannot fucking figure out these middle section teams. Like the Newcastles of the world, the fucking Brentfords of the world. Like
Middle of the table is nuts.
it's just so tight, and everyone. It's
What
like
do you
I mean
It's the United family.
the
Rash, you are not included in that.
No,
But-
what do you mean it's
Yeah.
Newcastle, United, Man United, and West
You
Ham.
guys are jokes.
no, but they might pop. They can like pop off
could.
randomly. Like
Because
I'm talking about like the Brightons, the Bournemouths.
yeah,
the
I
Brentfords,
think
the
it's
Fulhams.
it starts with us, so we're 20. We have 25 points, and I think it does. I'll even be generous, and I will include.
I think it
United.
cuts off at 12.
I think that's probably more.
You don't even have a reason to hate us. You in the year you've
You're
been a
my
fan.
friend, and I like to
In
praise
the year
you.
you've
That's- he hates you.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Like,
all
what's
right.
wrong with that?
Yeah.
That's a fair claim to fame.
I agree.
Fine.
weirdly, from 6 to 14, the only 2 teams that I really have confidence in predicting how they're gonna play and like confidence in them, is Bournemouth and Fulham.
And that's
Like week
even
to week,
almost
you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
impossible too. Like, I agree with you. I think those are the two teams that might be the easiest to predict, but even still, that's a very tough task. Like, Spurs, completely unpredictable. United, unpredictable. Newcastle, unpredictable. Fulham, like, hit or miss. Like, they're all wishy-washy.
Yeah.
Brighton, like, I couldn't tell you what side of Brighton I'm getting on any given Saturday or Sunday.
37-year-old Jamie Vardy's not going to equalize against you all the time.
Yep.
That too.
Yeah, that was crazy. Dude,
Rude's tricky foxes.
He is.
4 points, 2 games.
Yeah.
Jamie Vardy has just got this thing. His like game sense is so good.
He rocks.
Yeah.
Like
Big
it's
fan.
insane. Like,
And
He's the only person I'll let hold up how many Premier League titles he's ever won.
That rock, by the way.
yeah.
And like he's an animal. Like he puts the fear of God in you.
37
his ass
years old.
off. Like if you have like one attempt to get a result in the game, I don't know if there's too many guys I would put ahead of him. Like ball in his foot in a critical spot.
I wish Jackson were here because I got a great one. 95th a minute to win it at the death. Champions League final. Jamie Vardy or Bukayo Saka?
Vardy.
It's really like that.
It's Vardy. Yeah, it's Vardy.
I mean,
Hey.
I just say that because he's a little bit younger. We saw what happened at the Euro.
Chill. He made up for that.
What did he win?
Well, he made his PK the next go around.
Cool.
All right, whatever.
Jamie
you guys are
Vardy
fucking
eats those
waste
for
men.
breakfast.
You guys
Jamie-
are fucking 30 years old doing this show. Bukayo Saka is fucking hitting PKs at the Euros and World Cup.
I prefaced it with that he's younger, but I'm just saying that Jamie Vardy has got that. I don't know. It's like
He's got his je ne
got a
sais
killer
quoi.
edge?
He's got his like.
Dude.
There's just something. He's got. You know what he has? Aura. He's got aura.
Saka's got nice guy aura.
he does have a good
He's a
one.
nice-
Dude, I'm
he's a
telling
nice
you,
boy.
nobody who's a New Balance model is going anywhere in life.
Hey, Shohei Ohtani's a New Balance model.
Oh, he's a degenerate gambler.
I will
What's
say
wrong
this,
with that?
Allegedly.
I will say this
Allegedly.
though.
Translator.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I will say this though. The New Balance thing doesn't have as much sting when you have Harry Kane being a Skechers athlete.
Skechers, that was wild.
Exactly.
If Skechers,
Me and Rudy went to the Skechers store in Turkey, and there's Harry Kane smack dab in the middle.
yeah, and I was like, if Skechers can get in the game and get Harry Kane, then it redefines the New Balances of the world.
You guys want
New Balances are swaggy now. Everyone's doing it.
Not on the pitch.
Yeah.
you want to know how shit United is?
How?
Is that if the Premier League had a playoff, a college football playoff, they wouldn't even be in it right now.
Oh,
Well,
burn.
ooh,
They'd
good
be
one.
out. They'd be outside.
Did you
They'd be
see
the
that?
first team out?
Yeah. Men in Blazers did a bracket.
And I want to run through that with you guys.
Yeah.
See
But
who-
like
see who we
this
think's
has
gonna
been
win.
my. Like,
This is your dream.
This is my dream.
And seeing this as an American gets me fired up.
Wait, can
like
you-
this
can-
would rock.
Can you text that to me real quick? A screenshot?
Yeah, I mean, I'm
I'll
just gonna
I'll
read
pull
it
it
out
up.
loud, but
No, but I'm a visual learner.
okay, that just means you're slow, which is fine.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
No,
No,
it's a
it doesn't.
different Style of
No.
learning.
This is crazy.
Okay, whatever. I'm sending it to you.
Just
All
fucking-
right, so we're gonna go
I
through
got- I
the
got it, I
playoff
got it.
bracket right now.
Here.
If the season were to end right now, then the 12th seed would be Newcastle, 11th seed would be Tottenham, 10th would be Fulham, 9 Brentford, 8 Bournemouth, 7 Brighton, 6 Villa, 5 Forest. Oh, it's the table in order. 4 City, 3 Arsenal, 2 Chelsea, 1 Liverpool. All right,
Fucking slow now.
you knew I was slow though. I embraced that.
Yeah.
First matchup we have is Brentford at home against Bournemouth.
I
Actually,
think
wait, is it
Bournemouth would be
flipped?
at home. Bournemouth
Yes.
would be at home.
But he's got an American
Yeah, he
style.
does. He does.
He's got an
yeah.
American style. Okay, Brentford on the road against Bournemouth. Who do you have winning? It's one game knockout.
Once again, this falls directly in the category of what I was just talking about. I have more faith in the coaching and the system in Bournemouth.
Yeah.
So I'll go Bournemouth.
Bournemouth at home, yeah. But like this would be awesome. This would be awesome. And then can you imagine if you had a North London derby in a quarterfinal matchup of a playoff? Like that would burn the city down. It would
That would
be
rock.
incredible.
Yeah, it'd be amazing. It's just a shame that like I wish that there was a way where you could just like tap into an alternate reality. Because the if this ever became a reality, the amount of like horse shit you'd have to deal with on Twitter of people being like, this is like, it would just come with so much baggage.
Yeah.
I wish that you could just do this in a vacuum and enjoy it.
Well, this is also not as controversial as what would be like a true college football playoff. There's no committee select.
Right.
Right,
It's just
yeah.
table.
Because
As
if
it
there
should.
was, United somehow probably greases the wheel to get in.
Piss off.
No, I'm just telling you the corruption in the world.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Same with like the college football playoff.
They
There's
would.
teams that not everybody agreed should have been in that top 12.
Like in this particular year, though, you could argue that United is Alabama.
Yeah.
It gets left out. Yes.
Yeah.
And you could say that.
Yeah, but this to me, like I've always said that there needs to be like the knockout stages in Champions League and the World Cup they're unmatched. Like there's so much on the line, and they're always talking we got to generate more revenue. What about a Super League and all
These
this?
games
Just
rock.
Scrap the Carabao Cup and give us something like this at the end of the year. It would be incredible. And then just play the final at Wembley every year would be awesome. Or you could even play it internationally. You could play. You could
play
play
it in USA.
Yeah, do it at MetLife.
Yeah, you could.
No, not MetLife. Their ACL.
I hope there's some British guy right now driving on the left.
That's where the World Cup final is going to be, though.
Swerving.
MetLife.
Really?
Is it?
It's at MetLife.
That's terrible. R.I.P. All right, let's run through this. Let's see who we think would win. All right. I genuinely believe Brentford would win that game, though. But you guys both went Bournemouth. What do you think, Maresh?
Well, the way that it's written out, it looks like Brentford would play at home.
That's wrong, though.
So
The home team would be the
He
lower
did it
seed.
the American way.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then Bournemouth at home, another dangerous side. I think that they win that.
Yeah.
All right, so Bournemouth moves on. All right, Forest, Newcastle. I mean, we already saw it once. I think Newcastle would
We've
win.
seen it twice.
You guys have played them twice already?
We played them in the Carabao Cup with our B team.
I don't care
We
about
went
that.
Yeah, I know that was we played bad that game. I would like us in that game. I would
Okay.
like us at,
That's fair.
yeah.
I agree. I just Newcastle.
With who, Chief?
Yes.
Okay.
I Newcastle has more like game-breaking players,
Mhm.
and on paper, they have better players like Isak,
Yep.
Gordon, Guimaraes,
Joe Linton.
Joe Linton. You know, I mean, these are big name players. But the thing is that like Forest are just a very well coached team, and that just goes so far. And we've seen how Newcastle is. They're just very inconsistent, and they just don't really seem to have like a killer instinct from Eddie Howe. Like they just don't see. It doesn't seem like they just have a whole lot of drive. Whereas like Forest is well coached. They believe. They want to be there. They're super fucking motivated. They have a chip on their shoulder. So I think to me, Forest pulls that out.
I do think Forest would win, but of like the lower ranked teams, if you're like who's going to go on a miracle run, I think I would like Newcastle.
The guys they
or Tottenham.
Right. You're right.
No, I would like Newcastle more than Tottenham.
Well, the thing is, like Tottenham's, like they're Tottenham, but like
Tottenham.
they could get out, they could thrash City. Like all they have to do is get hot for a couple games in a row, and
But
next thing you know, they're talking shit.
The only thing they can do though is those thrashings in like one, whereas like Newcastle I could see them going on a string of games. Like Tottenham, like they could stun one person, but then the next game they just like will forget to even show up.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about
Since
it.
we don't have Maresh here, I'll just digress and I'll let Forrest move on.
Okay.
All right, Fulham on the road against Brighton. This again, good luck picking this game.
It would be must watch.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
It'd be
saying.
must watch.
I could not tell you who would win this game.
Yeah.
I'll admit Brighton is one of those teams that is just like I somehow have like really not been able to see them much. Like for whatever reason, every week I just sort of somehow miss them. I've only see the highlights and everything. I'm much more familiar with Fulham.
I'm kind of with you on that.
I think I would go
feel like I just
Fulham.
watched.
I
Fulham
think I would
more.
go Fulham too, just because. I mean, I guess it's just being more familiar.
Yeah.
I mean, Brighton.
They're a good side though.
I don't know. This is another one. I'm gonna go Fulham just because I just like the way they set up, and I think that they have a very strong base and structure.
You going Fulham, Chief?
I would go Fulham. Yeah.
I'll go Fulham too. Villa at home against Tottenham. Now this is where I think you get an upset. I think Tottenham would beat Villa. I really do.
I do think I'm with you on that because Tottenham on their day, like
Could beat anyone.
right, and Villa's very solid, but they're not what they were last year.
Agreed.
Especially the second half of last year. So I think I would take Tottenham in that game.
Yeah, I mean Tottenham. It's like they're like Two-Face. You know, you flip a coin, and you try to figure out which one you're gonna get, and just for whatever reason, I'm just feels like you're gonna get a good Tottenham, and then they're gonna get skull fucked the next game.
Correct.
This would
Exactly.
fucking rock. Like I'm
Yeah.
just thinking about it. Like Bournemouth, Liverpool. I think we're all gonna go Liverpool.
Yep.
And then we would have Forest.
Yeah, Liverpool.
Yeah.
We would have Forest versus City in a semi-final game. That would fucking rock.
Yeah.
Like that'd be huge.
Mm-hmm.
I right now I think Forest could win that game.
I think we literally just pissed on them.
Yeah.
I know, but you got to do it again. It's not that easy.
Yeah.
Depends on where it's played.
Yeah.
It'd be played at the empty.
Yeah. No, I mean, it would probably Forest would be probably plus 600 in that game, but I wouldn't rule it out.
Do they reseed the college football playoff?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's right through.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm favoring City, but Forest is,
I'll give it to City.
Yeah.
So we'd have basically Liverpool City. Oh, that would actually be the semifinal.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, then we have Fulham Chelsea. I guess we're going with Chelsea, right?
Can't pick against Chelsea right now.
Yeah.
And then
No.
Arsenal.
And then Tottenham Arsenal.
Oh my God.
That would be
That North London Derby quarterfinal, like that would fucking rock.
and this is the type
That'd be the biggest game ever.
And then this would be the type of game that would break off forever.
Yes.
They lost a playoff knockout.
What are we even talking about? Like, Tottenham have been Arsenal's dog in that derby.
I know. I know.
Even when Arsenal stink, they still beat.
I know.
I know, but just a quarterfinal game.
It would be
It would be crazy. It would be. I mean, depend. Like, you gonna get your midweek crowd?
I just
at the
like the
Emirates,
games
or?
would just mean. And look, the games already mean enough with the point system. I don't want to discredit that. But there's just something about playoffs that just makes everything so much better, and I don't know why they can't wrap their head around this concept. It's perfect.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it does reward you for the regular season.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to go Arsenal. So we're basically just going to have the top four.
Top four.
The TV rights for this would be worth billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Billions and millions of dollars.
All right, Liverpool City at Anfield. I think Liverpool crop dust.
Yeah, I want to make an argument.
There's no
and I
argument
will,
to be
and
made,
I will,
sir.
and I will. I'm gonna sit up. Listen,
Nice speech. Ripped it.
Man of many words.
Jack Grealish in the midfield.
Okay.
All right, fair enough.
Liverpool. And then Chelsea Arsenal would be the same thing. Where
I think that'd be the most watched Premier League game in history, at least in America, for sure.
I mean, wait.
Liverpool City would do numbers. I think those two games, if they were semifinals, would be the most watched games.
I think that Arsenal would win this
At Stamford Bridge?
on a set piece, one rip. I think Arsenal's good enough to make sure that Chelsea don't score, and I think that just has like a set.
And here's the thing, like
written all over
in
it.
the playoffs, right? In the
Yeah.
NFL, defense wins championships, running the ball. Like the teams that score 30, 40 points, they usually don't fare out too well in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
That could be the case in the Premier League if they had a playoff. So to that point, I kind of see what Rudy's saying.
Yeah, you're more of a playoff team. You're like
Right.
You're like one of the Dagestanis in the UFC. Like
Yeah, we like to grapple.
you're just gonna
Hold them down.
You're just gonna suffocate them slowly like a python.
Right.
Do you agree?
Yeah, I think so. I was gonna say Chelsea just to be a dick, but that you guys made compelling arguments there.
And then Arsenal Liverpool championship.
I just
Think
can't
it'd be
picture
Liverpool.
anyone beating Liverpool.
So I guess you don't really need the playoff.
But that's
All right,
kind
we
of
just figured that out.
kind of
Okay, you guys got it right.
But you do need it because it'd be awesome.
Yeah,
for
well,
entertainment.
But then again, favorites don't win all the time.
True.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The way that we mapped it out is
It won't
never
happen
gonna be
that
how
way,
it
yeah.
happens.
The Premier League week to week is impossible. It's
Yes.
impossible.
Well, it was
As our
almost-
gambling records
It
show.
was almost
not
possible for you this week. 2 out of 3 of your picks in your parlay hit. City could not get the
I
job
was disappointed that you put them in there.
It was Palace, dude.
I know, but
It
it's
was
also
Palace.
City.
That was
You have to
almost
remember,
that was a
like
really
City.
good parlay.
You have to unprogram your
paper.
brain.
Yeah.
You have to reprogram it to understand that City is no longer City.
But Palace
Like same thing what we did with Palace. We
I
had
know.
to reprogram.
I know, but then it's like but I have reprogrammed Palace.
But you haven't
They
reprogrammed
suck.
City.
Oh no, but you guys, City has just refound the city that they were.
That's just so untrue.
This is who they were. Dropping all these.
They
points.
are who we thought they were.
It just took us
do
a
you
decade to get back to what they
Yeah, I
were.
was gonna say. What do you
Yeah.
mean? Like what we thought they were?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I definitely wasn't watching back then. I was just coattailing.
He's
around.
talking like 2002 where they're just like
This is a history of the club before
Yeah.
before the Sheikh Mansour came in. This is city heritage.
This is your guys' history, your culture.
That is not even that doesn't make any sense.
This is like.
I feel like we're living in their history, though.
Yeah, but this would be like, the Warriors, like they went on this run.
Yeah,
it's like, but the Warriors, they sucked in the 90s and 2000s. Well, it's like,
no, but
like
the Warriors were cool. They had Baron Davis, Richardson.
The brand is, you win all these titles. The brand does permanently shift. Like it just does. I hate to say that.
Over time, I agree.
Yeah,
like 20 years from now, people are gonna be like, bro, the Golden State Warriors, like you had to be there.
Yeah,
I think the same thing's gonna be said about City.
Depends on how this court case ends.
Correct.
They're gonna be fine.
When they got a Saturday morning,
how funny would it be?
6:30 a.m. game at Sheffield Wednesday next year.
I'll be there.
I'll tell you one guy who won at 6:30 a.m.
No shot.
No shot in hell.
Honestly, you guys getting knocked with points would be the best thing because then you just have an excuse for why you didn't finish top 4. You're like, the point deduction. You could point your finger at something so you don't feel like a total loser.
We're going for the quintuple. This does count as a trophy if we beat
you
this week.
are an idiot.
There are a bunch of the tinfoil hat boys on the internet saying that City's just that the Premier League has asked City to self-impose the points deduction. And that's why they are losing these
That's
games.
the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
That's where the
dumbest thing I ever heard.
Tinfoil hats are right now.
When your coach is sitting there marking his face with his nails and throwing up 6s to everyone.
No, listen.
They are not throwing points.
If it were true, it's not. If it were, I want Pep winning like an Academy Award.
Yeah.
I want you to take Dune 2 off the fucking slate and put Pep Guardiola 24-25 on the slate.
Yeah, that trumps the prestige where Christian Bale's like, you have to live here.
People are like, and for his work cutting himself on the face after.
It's method. It's method acting.
Dude, I'm jealous of guys that are like that. It must be fucking exhilarating to live in that world where you think like, oh, dude, I'm on to something. You guys, idiots.
Just like doing FOIAs.
Once you just wake up,
release the document,
open your eyes,
and then just be able, and it's also like the ultimate trump card where you can just be like sheep.
Yeah,
it's like if you say someone, they're just like,
damn it.
Like, what do you say to that?
Oh shit! You guys got anything else?
I was gonna talk about. No.
Grealish in the midfield.
I'm telling you guys.
It's the key to everything.
There's something
there.
There's something there.
Maybe that's part of this whole thing. Well, it worked. So, he's got a knock. Yeah. Worked for one game. Now he's got a knock.
God damn it. I just need Nathan Ake to get healthy. With Ake out, oh, fuck.
I love seeing you hurt. Only in the sports world. Outside, I want nothing but the best for Rudy. But seeing you suffer is nice. I'm not going to lie.
If this is suffering, then, I mean,
you guys look like suffering. I'll
6
tell
out
you
of
that.
7.
Your heads look fucking.
Yeah, but we're going to look sexy as fuck.
Yeah, I'm happy for you guys
sucks,
for
dude.
that.
I keep forgetting.
You look like R9.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
you kind of got the R9 going.
Here, Rudy.
Both of you
more
do.
so you because you've got the more
in the middle.
I have a Batman symbol.
But it's a good Batman. I had bad Batman.
You're gonna have to get them to when they line you up.
No, the Widow's Peak, it was natural.
Widow's Peak is tough.
Yeah, and it's a sign of royalty.
He just be making shit up all the time.
I know he does.
That's a fact.
He bought a ring.
So wait,
Turkey.
but royalty is
genetic.
Right, but they're known. Royalty is historically all just inbreds.
Rudy bought a ring in Turkey.
Lannister is pretty successful.
Yeah.
Bought a ring in Turkey. I'm like, oh, that's a nice ring. Like, what's that mean? He makes up this whole bullshit story on the spot. I'm like, damn, that's pretty cool. He's like, nah, I'm just kidding. I have no idea what the fuck it means. He's like, yeah, it means like royalty,
Cinema.
this, that. I'm like,
I mean, he found his perfect audience on that one.
yeah. All right, we're ending on that. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys on Thursday night?
Thursday or Friday, yeah.
Thursday
Later this
night.
week,
We'll see you Thursday night. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you later.